Welcome back. So previously, this is how the tank was looking. And now, this is what it's looking like. I'm probably gonna need like a panning shot of this though. Basically, the way I'm thinking about doing this one is just talking about some of my, well, I guess notable details. Now I made them. I don't have footage on everything, but we'll be fine. Enjoy. Alright, so first up we have the side skirts. Now, this isn't a tube. What this actually is two flat plates that have been rotated around a, well, tube. So I guess it kind of is a tube. The way you do this is, so the tube here, you can put a line down that's parallel with the tube and put a point that is in the center of the tube. Select a line, select a point, and the plate you want to bend around the tube, you want to have it basically positioned at the end of the other plate, and you can rotate it almost as if it's bending around the tube. It was quick and easy to make the side plating here the standard one that's just flat. However, when we get to the rear, we basically have to cut it and things get a little bit more complicated. So we basically start by just duplicating this, and all we have to do is cut it at an angle at the rear here. Now, in order to do that, basically all we're doing is taking some thin cubes and thin tubes, I suppose, and just trying to cleverly viz clip the plate. And what I did to do that was just position a plate to see the intersections and yeah, viz clip it. Not fun. However, speaking of not fun things was the front. Man, so once again we start with the middle section of side plating. Actually move this bolt back a little bit, but what we have to do now is, we're already curving the plate this way. Now what we have to do is curve the plate around the front. And that gets a little bit more complicated, but actually it's easier than you think. So what I have here is a cylinder. Actually, it's a tube, so the inside's hollow, with some taper on. Now, I actually eyeballed how much taper I need, and yeah, fiddled with how big it was. So basically, to get it to line up with the plate, when we have the tube positioned, what we can do is just take another plate and bend it around this tube. And naturally, we have another tube down here for this bend. Actually started by positioning the other plate down here by taking this plate and bending it around this tube. Now for the middle, because now we're going from tube to tube, it's actually quite similar. We use a torus this time instead. So a torus is like a donut shape, and that's how we get this bend. So actually it's pretty easy to make a shape like this. However, the skirt falls apart when you look at it pretty closely because we have to clip the edges off, and this was, again, not fun to do. And I don't have any particular words of wisdom for this right here. Definitely on the E-100 or E-100 clone, I suppose. The side skirts are, yeah, I mean, it's an instantly recognizable thing about the tank, so having good side skirts, very nice, and I'm actually really happy with how these came out.
Yeah, no, well, I wanted it. I wanted to export the guns, but they've like completely broken.
Oh, you want the gun?
So you want a gun like this?
Missed that OBJ.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Fucking disaster. Well, give me a second. You give me half a second. I need to go to the fucking file.
I'm just curious. I really want to know.
Yeah, it's Oh. The fuck?
Anyway, the engine bay. Yes, I will be here all day. So this is where the process kind of devolves a little bit. So let's just take this panel here because I know I have a few clips of this one. Basically, there's 3 steps to this. I tend to use a plate to see how big I want the almost like subcomponent to be. I then built the thing out of a bunch of primitives, so I'm using a lot of cylinders, 6-sided cylinders with the normals brought down for the bolts. Actually these are tubes, not cylinders, for the, I guess vertical, I'm not sure what this is, radiator? I'm guessing all of this is radiator, but More cylinders, square hole, because these have to go down through a square hole. And once I build the component, I just turn all it to a gate, bring it back, and position it exactly how I want to. So I guess we can talk about, I really wanted to talk about ladders. So the outline for these 4 identical, I guess, radiator grills, the outline is actually a primitive ladder. So just with the properties set just right to get a square, that's a square hole as opposed to a circle hole. And inside is just, I actually think that's another ladder and a cube to make like a sort of grill shape. And you might notice that the holes go down quite a little bit. Because I modeled this in Blender, I was able to just cut a big square hole out of the model, which I then later blocked with a black thing to fake depth, I guess. But kind of a neat detail, maybe. I'm not sure. For some reason, I just really like those boxy exhausts, you know, that you see on the Abrams and like the M60, things like that. And I wanted to sort of do something like this for the E-100 clone, but I wanted it to match the aesthetic as best I can. So what I have is sort of like a bent plate design, but there's a square hole cut out the center. I'm not sure if this makes logical sense or not, but there it is. And of course, underneath I have the 2 regular German exhausts you see on like the Panther, the Königs Tiger, the King Tiger, I guess. Jag Panther. I guess Tiger 2? Not Tiger 2, but the Tiger 1, but the Tiger 1, 2. Anyway, so those just go up. Those look pretty poorly detailed if you actually look at them past the grill, and yeah, go through the box exhaust. I think it works. I was kind of questioning this, but I like it. It's fine.
Why is this guy's health at 85%?
It has to be like 9G, it says. So if you do like the scroll wheel, maybe it'll kill him.
I see. Wait a second. Hey, Peter.
Wait, let me.
Oh! Yeah.
Why is this the funniest thing about crew members?
Hey, you want to go build a catapult and fucking launch these guys? Alright, buddy, hold on. Oh!
Hold on,
you ready?
Dr. Freeman.
Hold on, Dr. Freeman.
Wait, hold up, I'm not looking.
Oh! That worked really well.
I didn't see it.
Hold Dr. Freeman.
Alright. Ooh. Okay, trying to load mine up and see what happens. Alright, here we go.
Alright. See you, Freeman. See you, Freeman. He just slams straight into the ground. Are you ready? You ready?
Do it.
See you later, Dr. Freeman. Holy shit!
I feel like he's gonna get stuck on the pipes when I try to launch him.
Alright, I am need to watch. Hey!
Oh, he survived?
Oh, that's gentle, yeah. See you later, Dr. Freeman. Dude, the spinning! Alright, let's have a look.
Oh.
Did you realistic when it was backwards?
Yeah.
3, 2,
Dude, he gets sent.
Oh! Oh, I'm not reaching the fucking hill though, that's the issue.
Is it what happens?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yes! Right up there! Hell yeah.
Wait, where'd he go? I see him.
Where is he?
He's like, he's down.
Oh!
He went to the stratus. I'm pretty sure he bounced off the top of the map.
Holy shit. Pizza.
Oh. Okay, yeah. I'm pretty sure this is what they had in mind for ACL, right?
Oh, it landed! It landed, I hit the hill.
Oh, you did?
I hit the top of the hill. Yeah. Mega Millions jackpot of me sitting on my balls.
Oh, what is your body low? Aw.
I landed on top for me.
Hey, Britt, look. It's Stimpy and Mimia. Let's go. Oh, they died a little after launch. Wait, why the winch though? Oh, you can use a rope to stop it. I see. Ooh.
Whoa!
He just went up.
It's coming back down.
The Rangefinder is definitely one of the more iconic parts of the E-100, so I had to have that. And this one was incredibly simple. It is just a bunch of cubes. So this is a cube on top of another cube. This is actually a magic cube, so you can remove the faces on it. Didn't really need to use a magic cube because I could just make the square hole thick enough to have a sight inside, or yeah, plane inside. That's pretending to be an optic. And actually I have some ladders, so I could use 2 cubes to fill this in, but I instead used a ladder without the rail. Again, I'm addicted to ladders, so I gotta mention that. The primary sight. So this one was actually interesting to build. So, what are these two doing? Started. I made a tapered cylinder, and I stuck a fading doors on it, and what I did was, there's a cylinder there, cylinder here, and I basically eyeballed them inside of the faded cylinder. So the top and bottom are tapered and eyeballed. The middle is actually a half tapered cylinder, and there's 2 more quarter tapered cylinders. The reason for that is because they're going to be vis clipped like this. And once I vis clip it, I just put in a couple of props. I forget what these are. I think they're triangle on each side and another ladder. Yeah, really. Came out pretty nice.
It's because I had like some weird forced shit. And this is one of them. I just wanted to see
the commander's hatch station. More than the hatch for sure. This thing is crazy. So, start with the base. So, another tapered cylinder. However, I wanted to have this angular part that smoothly transitions with the cylinder. So what I did was bent this, so to speak. So just like I bend the side plating, I bend this. I believe this is a tapered rectangle. What is it? Cube? Tapered cube. And comes around another tapered cylinder, which is again eyeballed from the main cylinder, and another tapered cube. The main body of the actual hatch is built similarly to how I built the primary sight. So big cylinder, and I built smaller cylinders inside of it, just eyeballing and getting it to match up with the angles and whatnot. I used a bunch of slices to do the cutouts for the periscope, just rotate it around. And I felt clever for using another cylinder to do all of the, I guess, periscope glass. As for the rangefinder, this one's just pretty basic. Bunch of cubes with the top part being rounded. And if you're actually wondering where I got the inspiration for the base of the hatch, this is, I believe, from the top of an AMX-50. But the rangefinder itself, aside from the top part that I just crudely stuck on, AMX-50 Foch 155 from World of Tanks. It's weird, but the reason I wanted to have this was because, well, maybe tank turrets aiming that way, maybe we can have a semi-traversable coincidence rangefinder, that kind of thing. But yeah, this makes 0% sense, and it's partially obscured by the primary sight.
Dude, I love it with GMOD physics. Oh my god, this just makes me want to go play Stormworks. Where shit just works.
You don't want to play GMOD. And you're like, nah. I know when I had enough.
Just complete silence. What? Why are they welded together?
Oh.
Does no collide have weld? By default? Dude, Gmod, you're retarded. Gmod has no, just by default.
It doesn't have any options. Welds. It's a freaking no collide tool. What are you talking about?
It welded it. I didn't weld these. Oh, so is that just like a feature now?
Well, you can turn it off, but yeah. Well, Sewer is completely oblivious to what just happened.
Yeah, he's just like, I just mentioned the black kid where he's like,
It's like,
got his hand.
No,
He's just like looking side eye.
all day work
it's just
hard,
my
no
fucking-
money or whatever. What is it?
Yeah, oh yeah. All day I'm fucking busy, hardly make no money. Alright, I'm holding W.
Seems fine.
I'm now pressing S.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna turn.
Yeah, it just does it.
It is
anyway.
throwing it in reverse. What the fuck?
But
Why
it's
is
not applying
It's just
power, it's
accelerating
just-
infinitely. It's accelerating infinitely. Look, I'm just holding it. It's getting faster.
Look, I've been psychologically tortured by this vehicle.
Yeah, we've all been.
And it's just back
Like
looking like a
everybody-
happy chihuahua or some crap.
Yeah, it's just like,
Yeah, 300's the max it can do, which is normal for
dude,
ACF.
you just, bro, this thing has got some fucking moves. This thing is like Chaos Fury, but the breakdancer. It's like that Australian lady at the Olympics.
Oh yeah.
So this
I
guy,
forgot
this
about
thing
that
actually
already.
can break dance.
Alright, now we come to the front of the tank. So actually there's not too much interesting really going on with the driver and co-driver's hatch. Just a flat plate with some other flat plates on top that are supposed to be hatches. These rounded corners are basically just cylinders that are on the corner, and I just viz clip the plate. I actually don't have any footage of this. Like I said, I don't have footage of everything. Interesting to note is the ladder handle. Once again, I'm a certified ladder maxer. Speaking of ladders, periscopes. So the actual periscope housing itself is a ladder, but this is kind of like a mini bent plate, like shroud that goes around it. And actually, I have a few of these assemblies around the tank. Well, actually 3. So on the turret, this one's slightly different. But anyway, back to the front of the tank. So we have this gun crutch, gun support. Not sure what to call it. This one was kind of fun to build because basically I can use a bunch of gates, and I actually positioned it vertically and see just to see if the gun would fit inside of it, and folded it back. So this is supposed to be like a folding gun crutch. And the last interesting thing anyway for me is the headlight. So yeah, this narrow slit headlight, which I guess would be, the slit is for night driving because you know, kept being bombed by US Air Force and I guess Royal Air Force too. The Allies in general. So narrowly cone on the headlight, and it makes it harder to be spotted at night. It's also harder to see. Anyway, most interesting thing here is these are actually 2 domes or spheres. They're inside of each other, so that was interesting to get to behave properly with fading doors. But as you can see, I've just viz clipped some very, very thin cylinders to do the bottom part, so you can't actually see through this side.
Der, die und das Defined Language can be
I heard you say daddy. Don't try to hide it.
Hey, hey! Identification.
Yeah.
Don't talk my fucking head like that.
You ain't wrong. You got a tiny head, dude.
Shut the fuck up. Hey!
Hey,
Mandatory $20 an hour rent. You're gonna be on this roof.
freaking landlord. Piece of crap scum. You
Son
found
of
the
a
cheat
bitch.
code.
You son of a bitch!
He's back on his
Fucking
freaking roof.
Fly over him. Dude, you might be the smartest motherfucker who's ever come on this roof.
Unironically, yeah. He's the smartest man alive.
Everybody else would like play along with it, at least for a second. This dude just straight up fucking like no, record it from this angle, Daph. It's way funnier.
The thing is, this is not the first tank I had that started twerking, actually.
This is not
So-
the first tank I had, which just started twerking actually.
It just pointed itself towards me and it's trying to get to me.
Dude.
I will admit, that's a weird paint job. It's supposed to be a red oxide primer or something. Britt peer pressured me into doing it. Speaking of Britt, yeah. So he's been building a few tanks. So maybe that explains why this one was finished relatively quickly. And by finished, I mean model-wise, because it still doesn't have an armor model, or shoot for that matter. That's a good place to wrap up the videos here anyway. Mostly done. Basically completely. But I need to finish working on my heads-up display now. And by finish, I mean work on it some more. I'm not sure when I'm gonna finish that. The Eternal project. And also there's a very special thing I want to try out. I want to try it on this tank, because it's the newest tank. And anyway, I think that's gonna be it. So, see you around.